If you're like me, you write congrats because you're not totally sure how to spell congratulations, right? It's like there's got to be a D in there somewhere. I can hear it when I say it. DT, it's not like the marriage is gonna last. Congratulations, Tom.
Every week we travel the country to find the best comics, and this week we're bringing you the best of the best of the best comics. It's the Laughs All-Star Show. Welcome to the Laughs All-Star Show. I'm your host, Taylor Tomlinson, and tonight we gathered our favorite comics from every episode of Laughs into one single episode. Very excited. Let's do this.
So, when I was a young man, I was extremely nervous around women, but it wasn't my fault. It was my health teacher's fault. Because during sex education, she showed us that video of the child being born. That's not what freaked me out. What freaked me out was she put the video in at the end, and she made us watch while she rewound it. So as a young man, I got to watch a vagina eat a baby. I watched a vagina eat a baby feet first, which is 100% worse. And there's a doctor there, but he's not helping the situation. He's basically just feeding the baby to the vagina. And then the sex ed teacher was like, making love is when a man puts his penis in there. And I was like, I just watched that thing wolf down a baby. In one bite. It didn't chew even. That's how a python eats things. You want me to put my where exactly? I'm gonna stay the hell away from that thing. I think we all should.
Another big superhero, Batman. My problem with the Batman movies is they're always like, what if Batman was real? We're gonna make it like he was real. If Batman was real, he would be almost awesome, but a weird guy. Bruce Wayne is a weirdo. Imagine Bruce Wayne's your good friend, right? He gets you all together tonight. He's like, hey guys, you're not gonna see me anymore. I've decided to commit the rest of my life to tearing down the corrupt justice system that created my parents' killer. That's right, mind, body, soul, every waking moment. Gonna be spent training myself to become a one-man wrecking army. I'm gonna become a symbol for change. I'm gonna stand up for justice. You guys would be like, wow, Bruce, that's amazing. Until he was like, also I'm a bat. Then you might have a few questions like, what? Yeah, I'm a bat the whole time. I look like a bat, and my car is a bat, and I have weapons that are bats. No, Bruce, just do the first part. You're being weird. No, everything's a bat or I'm not doing it. Get off the banister, Bruce. It's not a banister, it's a bat perch. Everybody leaves except for one girl. She's like, I think it's a good idea. Meow.
I'm noticing technology is really taking over. Like, is there any cigarette smokers in here? If you still smoke regular cigarettes right now, clap your hands. Getting cancer the old-fashioned way. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. But the people that's bothering me is the ones that smoking these electric cigarettes. Because they so arrogant. I hate the arrogance that come with technology. Because they like, oh yeah, it's just so much healthier for you. It's better for the environment. I can smoke it indoors. I love my electric cigarette. I'm like, I hope you get caught outside while it's raining and get electrocuted to death. That's how I hope. Because it ain't no reason to be that arrogant, man. And then you know how technology works. Once something come in, it just take everything over. Don't let Apple get that e-cigarette on their hands. Everybody gonna want one. Imagine 5 years in the future, ain't gonna be no more regular cigarettes. It's gonna only be them little electric cigarettes. And you at work, about to go on your 10-minute smoke break, so you grab your little e-cigarette, you finna go outside and go smoke. You got 10 minutes, you trying to get out there. You get ready to turn that boy on, you can't, because your battery at 4% now, right? And you need at least 5% to get a couple puffs off that boy, so now you tearing through the office, running in the office like, hey man, somebody got a charger in here I can use? No, that's a Marlboro charger. Anybody got a Newport charger? Anybody got a Newport charger? Them Virginia Slims, somebody got a Newport charger. You finally found somebody with your charger. You charge your cigarette up. You got about 15% left. You got 6 minutes left, right? You run outside. You getting ready to smoke your cigarette, but you can't because you got to update your cigarette first. Now you got to run back inside, take all the music and pictures off your cigarette, put it on an external hard drive. This is so stupid. Run outside, you finally got enough time. You got about 15%, you done update your cigarette. You start to smoke your e-cigarette, it start raining, you get electrocuted, and you die right there on your cigarette break. That's how life works, man.
I bought a pair of Tom's shoes for my best friend for her birthday. And if you don't know what Tom's are, if you buy a pair of these shoes, they send a pair to a child in need all around the world. Really nice, right? I mean, we should probably try that with groceries, but... But I bought her these shoes, and I found out she just returned them. And that's when it hit me, you guys. Wow, what happens when you return Toms? Because all I could picture is some poor little child running through the wilderness somewhere with the founder of Toms running after him, trying to grab those shoes off of his feet and send him back to Nordstrom's. All because my best friend thought they looked weird on her feet, okay? Did some research, found out Tom sells sunglasses too. Just sounds like we're sending them everything but what they need, you know?
Clips, full episodes, bios of your favorite comics, it's all at laughstvshow.com. Or as my mom would say, http://www.laughstvshow.com, enter. Love you, Mom.
It's getting to the point now, people, where I don't even really think men and women are that compatible for real. We're on opposite ends of the spectrum. Men are very stupid, very simple. And for some reason, ladies, you don't want to understand that. We're like that from birth. It's not something we can help. Once we old enough to realize we like girls, it's very simple after that for us. We just want pretty. That's it. A pretty girl. Somebody with a good scrunchy to hair ratio. We don't care. You get a little bit more mature, you start to realize that maybe these women should be able to read. But that's as far as it goes. We don't care. But ladies, you're on the opposite end of that spectrum. I think it's because as soon as you're born with responsibilities. As soon as you're born, they give you little fake babies to take care of and vacuums and stoves and stuff. Then you looking at us like, who's gonna help me with this? Woman, I'm 7. I don't care about that baby. I don't know why it's crying. Take the batteries out. I didn't give it to you. My G.I. Joe don't cry. You got the wrong toy.
I will say the bravest thing that a comedian has said on a stage within the last 5 years. I'm a Republican. Actually, there's some of the Republican things that I don't like. Like, I'm so glad that the gay marriage thing passed, because my sister is a lesbian, and she's also in the Army. Surprise. And she actually came back from Afghanistan earlier in the year, and having been to war, I knew that the first thing that she would want was a really good meal. So I went and I met her and I said, hey, whatever you want, it's on me. Tonight is your night. And she said, let's go to Chick-fil-A. And I said, that doesn't make any sense to me. She was like, why not? It's delicious. I said, well, Chick-fil-A doesn't support gay marriage. How can you as a lesbian want to eat somewhere that doesn't support gay marriage? And she said, well, Grandma doesn't support gay marriage, but I'm going to want to eat with her any chance that I get. And I was like, yeah, but Grandma doesn't know that you're gay. And she said, neither does Chick-fil-A, so don't mess that up for me either.
Sorry. We gotta take a break, but we're coming right back. Coming up, the most shared clip in the history of laughs.
But I love CSI. I watch every single version of the show. But every time they investigate those people's houses, the houses are always clean. And I don't know what kind of house you live in, but I'm scared if they walked into mine, they would go, this is nasty as hell. How are we supposed to find out who killed her? I can hear somebody saying, I think we should dust for fingerprints, and somebody else going, I think we should dust and mop, because this is disgusting. I don't know if it was the bullets or the bacteria. What killed her?
Welcome back to the Best of Laughs. Melissa Shoshahi has the record for most views in a single day. Let's see the clip that broke the internet.
I live in LA. I'm doing the whole acting thing. It sucks because I'm Middle Eastern and they keep sending me out on these like stereotypical Middle Eastern roles, okay? So when you look like this, apparently in Hollywood, you're only getting sent out on one thing, wife of the terrorist. And I don't even get sent out for wife of the terrorist. I get sent out for wife number 2. And I don't even book that. I'm like, dude, how hard is it to mess up one line? Which is Hassan, no. I'm in the audition room. I'm like, Hassan, no. They're like, really good. But this time, like, when you say no, really mean yes. Hassan, no?
I usually get really drunk before I get on a plane. Does anybody else do that? Like, you just get hammered before you get on the plane. That's just because, like, I'm not the only one. Like, if you ever go through the airport, you see the airport bar, there's always 2 guys in the bar. It's usually me and the pilot. If you don't believe me, pilots are the truckers of the sky. Like, these guys are hammered all the time. I actually read an article a couple years ago. There was a whole flight crew out in Europe that was arrested on the tarmac for being drunk. I thought that must have been the coolest flight ever. What I want to know is how they got pulled over on a plane. I was the captain on the speaker at the time, just going, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pirate speaking. Today we'll be cruising at an altitude of 30... Oh, crap, there's a police helicopter behind us. Nobody look back. Man, his lights are on, dude. This is going to be the 3rd FUI I get.
I'm not doing that great. My girlfriend just stopped taking her birth control. Yeah. She thinks that since she stopped taking her birth control, it's caused her to gain weight. I think it's all the cake I've been hiding her pill in. She loves dessert. I don't want to be a dad, man. I don't want to be a dad. I want to be a stepdad. That's what I really want to be. That's where it's at, right? Kid turns out okay. You're like, yeah, I helped raise him. If he's a complete moron, you're like, oh, don't look at me. He's not my kid. Talk to his dad already. I don't have anything. You can't have kids when you don't have anything. I have 2 things. I have credit card debt and my friend's Netflix password. Those are the 2 things that I have. And it's not even his. It's like his cousin's or whatever. I'm pretty sure there's only 10 Netflix logins out there that we're using. And if you have your own, you're in the Illuminati. That's what that means.
Now that we've gathered our favorite comics, tell us who you love the most. Tweet it out and use the hashtag LaughsTV. Come on, turn them against each other. Start a comedy war. Laughs will be right back.
I like going to clubs, but I'm about at that age where I don't like it anymore. I'm like right on the cusp. Because you hear stuff and it doesn't make sense when you get older. You realize, right? I went up to a girl, we're at a club, everyone's having fun. I go, hey, I'm staying in the hotel room next door. If you have fun, we can go there later. She's like, excuse me, I am not a whore. I was like, I was not offering to pay you. I don't.
Welcome back to the Laughs All-Star episode. These are the Ellens, the Seinfelds, the Eddie Murphys of our generation. Here's another name you're gonna want to remember, Chrissy Mayer.
I think sex is important. A lot of people have mentioned it tonight. I guess this is sounding like a PSA. Sex is important. Like, there's some, like, old people in here. I hope you're still having sex. I do. I want to be having sex up until the day I die. Maybe even a few days after. Here's the thing about necrophilia. If you're the guy, I don't want to be judgmental, but it's usually a guy, right? If you're the guy having relations with the body, that's bad. You've probably hit a rock bottom of a cold, weird rock bottom, right? But if you're the corpse, that's like the best compliment ever, you know? If you look so good that when you die, the Undertaker's like, whew, give me 20 minutes.
Pinterest. I hate that website. That whole website's like, hey, remember all that stuff you couldn't do in 7th grade art class? Why don't you try it again? Yeah. Bust out some pipe cleaners. Make some messes. Every time I come home, there's glitter on every surface. It's like I just missed the strippers. I'm like, where'd they go? Every day. Instead, my wife comes running up to me with like a mason jar. She's like, check it out. It's a mason jar. We're gonna fill it with different layers of colored sand that represent the different times of the year, and we're gonna put it on the middle of that shelf. What do you think? I'm like, I think you're 11. That's what I think. I was gone 8 hours. You need a new hobby. Can you build a shed? Is that on Pinterest? Why don't you build us a shed? For all these half-started projects you leave around the house. That would be nice. All these failure sticks. That's all I see. Failure sticks. All lumped together. Women always want to deconstruct something very unnecessarily. She'll be like, I need to turn this birdcage into a wine rack pronto. Like, why don't you just buy a wine rack? And more importantly, why do we have a birdcage just lying around? We don't own a bird. We've never talked about owning a bird. It's like me getting a doghouse, and somebody's like, you getting a dog? I'm like, nope. It's gonna be a picnic table. One of these summers. Whip it up.
We can't stop. We won't stop. Oh, we got to stop for commercial. Laughs will be right back, though.
So I've been trying to lose weight, but ladies, I'm in that first stage. You know what? We just thinking about it. I don't know if you know this, but when you're a plus-size woman, other plus-size women automatically think you they friends. I'm like, get away from me, fat girl. We may not be fat for the same reason. You probably ate too much. My thyroids could be messing up.
Welcome back to Laughs. The greats have spoken, but we're not done yet. It's time for the last laugh.
I love being in a relationship. My lady, she recently suckered me into watching that movie, The Notebook. I don't know if you've seen that gem of a movie. Yeah, ladies love it. Woo! Yeah. That movie, I know, fellas. You don't have to boo. We all know. We all know. That movie came out in 2004, but I didn't see it in 2004 because I was single in 2004. So no one was forcing me to watch things against my will. It was freedom. I had freedom then. But that's gone. If you haven't seen it, I'll tell you, it's a beautiful movie. It is. It's a beautiful movie about a beautiful man and a beautiful woman having a beautiful relationship that would never happen in real life ever. My favorite scene's the rowboat scene. Took her out on that beautiful rowboat date. Remember that? She's dressed to the nines, like she's gonna meet the Great Gatsby later or something. Dressed up. And then they go out there. What happens? Starts to rain. She's all dressed up. Oh no, rain. And she goes, ooh, rain. For a second she does that. And she just starts laughing like a maniac. Just, woo. And then they made love on the beach. And I was looking at that scenario. Looking at my lady. Going, that is not how that would go down. If that was me and her, I took her out on a beautiful rowboat date. She's dressed to the nines. It starts to rain. She'd be like, oh, screw you. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? You idiot. You moron. You didn't check the weather. Oh, this is typical. And I'd be right there yelling back at her, going, oh yeah? Oh yeah? You say I'm boring? You say I'm not adventurous? Well, this is some adventure, lady. Now grab an oar, you soggy bitch. We gotta get back to shore.
Yay, best show ever! Thank you so much to the Laughs All-Stars. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, you guys. We have so many more great comics every week right here on Laughs. See you next time. You know, for every person that subscribes, we feed 10,000 hungry children. Oh, no, we don't do that. I thought, we don't, I'm sorry. Did you already hit subscribe? Damn, okay, it's embarrassing. You know what, I'm gonna go make my nephew a sandwich. That'll fix it, right?